Hiya and howdy to all my American, British, and other Anglophile viewers around the world. I'm coming at you today from an ALDI parking lot in Texas. I recently did a video comparing the cost of groceries in the US and UK. That was a popular topic, and not only did a lot of people watch that video, a lot of people commented on that video. I got lots of comments. So one of the most frequently mentioned things in the comment section was, you need to go to Aldi. You need to compare Aldi prices because Aldi is cheaper and Aldi's in the US and the UK. So you need to compare Aldi in the US and UK. So here I am doing that. Another comment that frequently came up in the grocery video is people asked about taxes. And I just want to clarify that here in Texas, we have sales tax on most things, and you don't know what you're going to pay for something until you get to the till and check out. But when it comes to groceries, we don't pay sales tax on food. So I will not be showing taxes in these food prices shopping at Aldi because there's no sales tax here nor in most states in the US. And then, of course, when we look at the British prices, the value-added tax, or VAT, is included in the price. So the price shown is the price paid. Hopefully that helps. Some people will ask about, what about alcohol? What about chocolate? What about crisps and cakes and cookies and all of that stuff? So what I've decided to do is two videos. Because it's the end of November, and I have a feeling when I walk into this Aldi, there's going to be a lot of Christmas and holiday items there. I think I would like to focus on this being kind of the Christmas edition of this video and look at Christmas items here at this Aldi, compare it with Christmas items at Aldi in the UK. I'm hoping to get the help of my British correspondent friend who can check out some items in store at the Aldi in Gloucestershire or Herefordshire for me. Let's get in there and look for Christmas. I think I heard that something like 90% of the items in Aldi are store brand or own brand items. So I'm going to focus on those. I'm not going to focus on the American brands like here in the chocolate section, Hershey and Reese's. Let's look at the Chocker. Oh, this looks like a Cadbury Fruit and Nut ripoff here. The Chocker Raisin and Hazelnuts and Milk Chocolate. That's 200 grams for $2.49. Comparing this exact same item in the US and UK, I was surprised that it was slightly less expensive in Texas than it is in England. 6% lower after doing the currency conversion. Or this fancy Moser Roth brand. We've got the extra creamy milk chocolate, 125 grams for $1.99. The same Moser Roth extra creamy smooth milk chocolate item was $1.99 in the US and $1.39 in pounds in the UK. After the conversion, 13% more expensive in the US. This should be a good thing to compare. The Ferrero Rocher, we've got 12-piece box, $3.98, and that's 150 grams. Even though the Ferrero Rocher items were different sizes, it was easy to compare them after the currency conversion, and they were about the same price, just 5% less expensive in the US. There's one thing I was really hoping to find, advent calendars. So we've got this one, it's 75 grams. Back in a former life, I used to sell chocolate advent calendars made with Belgian chocolate. So I'm assuming this is German chocolate. Yes, made in Germany, of course. Lots of different designs available. They are $1.49. This is an interesting one. The store brand chocolate advent calendar from Germany that we saw in Texas for $1.49 didn't have an exact equivalent in Britain. So I chose the Cadbury Dairy Milk advent calendar that was also $1.49 in pounds to compare to. After currency conversion, that meant the Texas advent calendar was about 5% lower in cost. But then I decided to compare with ALDI Germany. That same 75-gram advent calendar was $1.49 in the US and in euros was 79 cents, making it 72% more expensive in the US. Here are some smaller Christmas wrapped chocolate balls, the mini chocolat, and they are $2.99 for 150 grams. These chocolate candies were not available in the UK, but I did find them in ALDI Germany. The same package was €2.19. So in the US, it's 24% more expensive. We've got a very decadent triple chocolate cream or creme cake. It is 20 ounces for $4.99. It's Thanksgiving season here in the US, so of course we have a nice pecan pie, and that is $5.69 for 23 ounces. So I thought I would compare the chocolate cake that I found at Aldi with what they have in Britain, but it's just not nearly the same thing or the same size. And of course, when it comes to pies, the pecan pie didn't really have a comparable item to compare to in Britain, since in England, the pies were all like savory pork pies and whatnot. We've got some Oreo knockoffs here. These are the candy cane flavored ones, $2.69. But yeah, this is leveling up. Fudge covered peppermint cream cookies. Look at these. 234 gram box for $3.49. This is a case where I couldn't really compare exactly the same product between the US and UK, because in the US we had two kinds of Oreos, one that was candy cane peppermint flavored and the other that was wrapped in chocolate and had candy cane sprinkled on top. In the UK, there's Oreos that are chocolate covered. So I've shown the prices of those comparatively, but they're not exact comparisons. There really are not a lot of biscuits in common between the US and UK when it comes to Aldi's holiday Christmas biscuit selection. Here's a look at what's going on in Aldi England. Lots of things, just not the same as they have in Texas. Ooh, here's some nice pain au chocolat, which is 360 grams for $4.49. Now comparing the pain au chocolat from France, we see that it was $4.49 in the US, but the exact same thing was only $1.25 in Britain. A whopping 184% more spendy in the States. Here are the gingerbread house kits in Texas. They are priced at $9.99. Okay, I'm super loving this. Ninja bread, that is awesome. They're little ninja gingerbread men. Oh, that makes me smile. So that is a kit, and 9.5 ounces, 269 grams, $4.99 for that thing. I was able to find a similar sized gingerbread house kit in the UK, but it was quite a bit less expensive. The American gingerbread house kit was 35% higher, although I still am a fan of the Ninja bread gingerbread cookies instead. And a little Italian Christmas cheer here with the panettone. It's 750 grams for a large panettone, and it's $5.99. This panettone, which is made in Italy, is sold in the US for $5.99 and in Germany for $5.49 in euros. After doing the currency conversion, it really was about the same price in both places. It wouldn't be Christmas in a German supermarket if we didn't have some Stollen. Here's a nice marzipan Stollen. The next several items are German Christmas baked goods, and I could not find equivalents in the UK, so I will compare prices with Aldi Süd in Germany. The Stollen was $6.99 for a 750-gram loaf in the US, and in Germany, a kilo loaf was $4.49. After doing the conversion for weight and currency, that makes the American Stollen 89% more expensive. These are some Christmas butter cookies from Germany, Butter Spekulatius, 250-gram pack for $2.49, and these are some almond windmill cookies, Almond Spekulatius, which are a 300-gram box for $2.49. Here's more of the German baked treats. These say soft gingerbread. These are $2.99. The butter cookies were 34% more expensive, the almond windmill cookies were 52% more expensive, and the soft gingerbread cookies were 37% more expensive. But really, they're so low priced in Germany, I still think they are a great deal here in the States to get these authentic German festive cookies of the season. Ooh, crackers. Wonder if they're Christmas crackers. Nope. Saltines and wheat crackers. Speaking of crackers, this is the Christmas cracker section at the Aldi in England, but there's not a single box of Christmas crackers in Texas. Festive 6-cracker assortment for your Christmas parties is $3.69. And if you want to avoid buying the name brand Cheetos, here's some Clancy's cheese curls. And those are $1.89 for an 8.5 ounce bag. Okay, here's some wavy potato chips. So that'd be like wavy Lay's here in the States. There's a 10 ounce bag for $2.19. When it comes to snacks, I was able to find a similar 6-cracker kind of cheese board assortment in the UK in a smaller package. Converting for the weight differences as well as currency differences, the American crackers were 33% less expensive. The cheese puffs were 9% more expensive, and the wavy potato crisps or chips were 20% less expensive in the States. Okay, these look like they would be fantastic with some specialty cheeses. We've got these artisan crisp crackers, cranberry and sea salt, or raisin, rosemary, and pumpkin. I might have to get some of those. These are $3.59 for a 150-gram package. Okay, yeah, this definitely makes me want to do a cheese board. It's these awesome pairing spreads that you do for cheese boards. They are $6.99 for this 22-ounce package. And we've got apricot and cumin, cherry and rosemary, fig and honey, and pear and cinnamon. Oh my goodness. I might have to get that. I tried to find equivalents for these festive Aldi items in either the UK or Germany, but they weren't available. So these are just American Aldi seasonal items. Check out this squirty whipped cream or whipped dairy topping made with real cream. We've got the regular variety and bourbon caramel. $2.79 for all of them. They're 13 ounces. This squirty whipped cream is really kind of a different product in the UK because it's UHT cream, but I decided to compare it anyway, and it was 26% more expensive in the United States. I've got to have this brie. It is 8 ounces or 227 grams for $3.89, and I think it's going to go great on those fancy crisp crackers I bought. And while I'm here in the cheese section, I have to show this old Amsterdam classic Gouda. That's $2.99 for 150 grams. Oh my goodness, look what I found here for $2.89 for each of the 150 gram packages. We've got Crimson Cranberry Stilton, Masquerade Mango Stilton, and shout out to Gloucestershire Double Gloucester cheese with onion and chive. Comparing the cheeses, the American-made brie compared with the Scottish-made brie in England, 48% more expensive in the US. The imported Gouda from the Netherlands was about the same price, just 5% lower in the US. And not surprisingly, the double Gloucester cheese had a 53% premium in the States. Another thing I'm going to need for my fancy cheese tray this holiday season is this Port Salut. It is $3.95, 150 grams. Okay, one more fancy cheese. Goat's milk truffle. Oh my goodness, that looks awesome. 113 grams or 4 ounces for $3.99. Okay, I'll try to show a couple wines and other alcohol and spirits, but it looks like a lot of the wine here is from California. It might be easier to compare something that's not from California, so let's look at these festive offerings. We've got some Glühwein, mulled wine. It's 1 liter for $5.99. I couldn't find Glühwein in the UK, but I did find some at Aldi in Germany. Not surprisingly, it was a lot less expensive. I'm sure this costs a lot to import, which is why in the US you pay 87% more for this item. Here's some Sauvignon Blanc, 750 milliliters for $9.99. Here's a rosé, Côte de Provence, 750 milliliters, also $9.99. Comparing the New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, same size bottle in the US and UK, almost exactly the same price, just 1% lower in the States. And same thing with the rosé from Provence, same size bottle, just slightly less expensive in the US. And here in the States, if you want to sell cider that's alcoholic, you have to call it hard cider. We've got some rather festive cranberry flavored Wicked Grove hard cider. 72 ounces is $7.99. I don't often see ginger beer here in the States, but here we've got some ginger beer and root beer, and that's $4.28 for 45 ounces. If you haven't seen my root beer taste test where I tasted root beer and dandelion and burdock, be sure to check that out. These weren't really equivalents, but I tried to do some comparisons between the US and UK on the cider and ginger beer. So the cranberry cider versus this bottle of glitterberry cider in England, 25% lower in the US. And the ginger beer, I was surprised, even though it was in glass bottles versus the cans in England, was 12% lower in the States. Here we've got some festive sparkling red grape juice. So it's a non-alcoholic festive drink. That's $2.99 for 750 milliliters. Oh my goodness, they're not gonna have that in Britain. Peanut butter porter. Here's an Oktoberfest beer that I found in the Aldi in Texas. It's $7.99 for 72 ounces, but unfortunately I couldn't find that in the UK or Germany to compare prices. Oh, there's all kinds of Christmas going on here. Lots of decos. Wonder how these compare to the Christmas decorations that they have in England. And for some Christmas baking, we've got pure vanilla extract made with Madagascar vanilla beans, $3.49 for 2 ounces. Again, it's Thanksgiving time here in the States, so this stovetop stuffing is super popular. I'm gonna look here at the Aldi brand. The turkey stuffing mix is 170 grams, and it is only 99 cents. For more Thanksgiving baking, we've got French fried onions and turkey gravy and cream of celery soup for those green bean casseroles. Well, that was really fun. I enjoyed checking out all the Christmas products that were in Aldi today. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell and stay tuned for the other Aldi video where I'm going to compare your basic inexpensive items in the US and UK at Aldi. That'll probably come out in January. And in the meantime, check out these other shopping videos here and have a Merry Christmas. Thanks so much for watching, and do something good in the world today.